Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the movie Hangout, and let's talk about the Super Mario Brothers movie critic versus audience score. This has been debated for many, many years. People go to the Rotten Tomatoes website and they're like, who do I listen to? Do I listen to these just noble, amazing, verified critics, or do I listen to the lowly audience, all of us that buy tickets, Kidding, sarcasm. Well, I'm going to break down what the critics are saying, what the two different groups are saying, my take on that. We're going to read what some of the reviews are. They're pretty funny. I don't know, they're just like totally self-unaware. It's hilarious. Before I jump into that, be going over, hit subscribe, click notification bell, comment and like this video. I want to hear your opinion on what the critics are saying. And I want to hear also what your score is as well. Okay, I'm over here at Rotten Tomatoes. First of all, about Rotten Tomatoes, it started out as a great website where you could go, you could get a pretty good indication if a movie was any good, why. You can just like put your finger on the pulse of what was going on in the movie business and what was going on with these movies. Then the website was sold to a big corporation. That's kind of when it started to spiral downhill. Now I guess you want to call it the verified critics, they're all handpicked by the big corporations. So if I was handpicked and I gave a scathing review of a movie that was considered socially important, there's a good chance I might get kicked out of the group. And to me, that totally destroys the whole reason for even having the website. You should be able to just say whether something's good or bad, if it's actually good or bad. So over here, Rotten Tomatoes says here, the Super Mario Brothers movie, 54%. Let's see here, 54% is the handpicked, some people call them shill, movie critics. 54%. So that would be a pretty rotten review right there. But if you look at this, the audience score is 96%. That's like an A+. That's almost 100%. Why is there such a big disparity between the handpicked shill critics and the audience? Well, there's a good chance that maybe the handpicked shill critics, they may not be actually like hardcore Super Mario Brother fans of the games. Maybe they have like ideological views. Maybe they have like a world view that is totally out of step of what the masses actually think. That's a very strong possibility. And maybe because of that, because their lens is a little, fogged up, it's a little skewed, they want certain messages, they want certain storylines and types of characters to be in films. And if they aren't in those films, if they aren't forced and crammed down everyone's throat in some bizarre morality tale, then they just will throw the whole movie out the window. And we've seen that. We've seen so many other films that will not kind of go down the, I guess you want to call it the woke orthodoxy. If you don't go along that orthodoxy perfectly, you are just rebuked and you are thrown away. Even if you have a good movie, and if you have a terrible movie, an unwatchable movie, but you follow along those key tenets, you will get a fantastic score. And we've seen that. So one thing to look for as well, there's 151 shill critic reviews, but there's over 1,000 audience reviews. So if it's between the two, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna go with the audience score in this one. This is more than likely an actual A+ movie. It's not a rotten movie. So let's see what these handpicked critics are saying. So right here we got, this person's a top critic. Okay, why? What makes you top critic? I don't know. The people in charge say you are, so you get this little badge. This is a woman from New York Magazine. She says, it's all dispiritingly wrought, aside from bursts of weird vitality whenever the film veers in action out of the games. Okay? And then here's somebody else who's a top critic from the Boston Globe. This isn't a movie. It's a checklist of fan expectations. Oh, the humanity. Isn't that what like a movie that's based on a game supposed to be? There is kind of like a checklist you kind of have to follow. Like if I'm playing a video game, I'm a big Mario fan, right? I got the original Nintendo, original Mario Brothers, Mario 2, Mario 3. I played them all. There are things that I expect in the movie. I expect him to look like Mario. I expect him to do what Mario does. I expect kind of what the other characters to do what they do. So yeah, there definitely are boxes that have to be checked, but that's in order to even have like the movie. So I don't even know what they're. I think what it is it's the fan. See, our boxes have been checked. The fans, our boxes have been checked. But the people who want to see what I told you about earlier, all of those kind of fall along the orthodoxy boxes. Those boxes were not checked. So that's why this person's upset. Let's see here. Tedious in its articulation of the obvious. Super Mario Brothers movie seems precious about and unsure of its properties' coherence. You know, you read some of these reviews, and I just picture this person like wearing like a dark purple like turtleneck, you know, and they have like a Merlot they're holding, and they're just kind of like, you know, just like shaking a little bit, and they smell it, you know, and they're high society, and they go tedious in its articulation of the, even, you know, it's like, dude, this is a Super Mario Brother movie. This is a popcorn movie, you know. Unbelievable. Here's another one. The film is plastered with references, Easter eggs. That sounds great. And just about everything you can imagine from the game. Sounds good so far. So much so that the story is bare bones as Mario simply jumps from one colorful screen to the next without a care in the world. Okay, that almost sounds like an endorsement, but this person gave the movie a negative. So to be fair, I'm going to read a positive shill review. So let's see here. This one is, the history of Mario Brothers was never very deep, but the goal of this franchise is to simply entertain. The same recipe that this movie follows, of course. I mean, no duh. Everybody knows that's what video games are for. They're for entertaining. That's what movies are for. They're for entertaining. The game and the movie intersect, so that's great. That sounds really good. But let's look at the audience reviews, because, you know, honestly, like, that's all I care about, the audience. Who cares what the critics think while they drink their Merlots? So we got 5 stars, awesome, great music and funny story. Then you got 5 stars. The quality of the CGI or animation was AAA. I guess that's really good. Some of the best I have seen. The tone of the movie is perfect for children and families alike. I am sad that Super Mario Brothers were separated for most of the movie, but that was because of the relationship between Princess Peach and Mario being explored. Number of Easter eggs, deep cuts, nostalgia, and world building was immense. That sounds pretty darn good to me. I mean, that's what you want in a movie like this, right? So you can have different spin-offs. You have like a Super Mario movie, you have a Luigi movie, you get a funny like Toadstool movie, you know, Princess Peach. The possibilities are endless. My kids and I enjoyed the movie. 5 stars. It's what all of us want. We just get a ticket, take the little kids, sit there. You know, they're into the movie. They're quiet for like an hour and a half, and then they leave, and then they say the funny one-liners from the movies. Done. That's what everybody wants. All right. It says next is 5 stars. The movie's excellent and funny. Then you go down, very enjoyable, felt edited a bit too much with story sometimes falling way to fan service. Then you go 5 star, the pacing was too fast, but the action made up for it. I couldn't believe this was the same studio behind the Minions franchise. So maybe that's why the movie's good, because the Minions franchise, or the Minions, same studio the Minions did this one, so... But anyway, it looks like the fans that actually matter, the people that matter, are the ones that really like this film. So I am encouraged by this. I really hope that this movie makes enough money to where there is a sequel, and I hope that they keep the same formula. I hope they don't ruin it by throwing any agenda stuff in there that's going to alienate the majority of people and their families. And I just hope that they do the opposite of what a lot of Hollywood is doing, of what Disney is doing. Disney's doing everything to just push people away right now. So I hope this is the opposite. And what's great about this too is because this movie is doing well and people have a good feeling about it, it's only going to enhance the Universal Studio Park, Super Mario World. It's going to drive even more people there. I'm definitely going to go check that out later this year. You know, get like a Mario hat with a red Mario hat with an M on it, you know. You get a bunch of cool swag. I don't even care how much it is. I'll just get it, you know, why not? And it'll be fun. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you agree with the audience score? Or do you side with the shill critics? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you want to get future rants, reviews, original content, click subscribe. Later.